Speaking of ready, set, go. And tonight's a lot about ready, and I'm sure Lawrence will explain this. This is Lawrence. I met Lawrence a few years ago. Lawrence, we can see your favourite sport is hockey. Tell us where you played hockey. Tell us a bit about where you've come from. Just a glimpse into sport, Jesus, how it's fit in your life.
Okay, you put me on the spot there a little bit.
Just like in sport, mate. Go handball the ball, go.
Right, yeah, go for it. I'm from the UK originally. I've been here for 10 years though, and a real test of that is firstly I'm married to a beautiful Australian lady, so that's changed things as well. But also yesterday I was down watching.
That's Christopher.
The other thing is, yesterday I went to watch GB Australia play hockey. Jude was there, she's an English woman, Irish, sorry. And I was like, who am I going for? And so I was Australia. So 10 years ago I was from the UK, but I've changed. So. But yeah, background, Chris, I was involved in the UK, came across at 11 and always passionate about my sport, particularly early on. Cricket still am, but hockey's what I play now. Yeah, and really saw as a young guy, I went to church, and my mates, I guess similar story around here, that a lot of my mates were at the cricket club. That's where I got all my influence from growing up, down the cricket club, and went to church when no one my age was a Christian. So then when I went to uni, a bunch of us Christians in sport got together and started meeting and praying for our teammates, part Christians in sport, and that's really where my passion kind of set off. I made that stance as a young man at 18. I got baptised and said, no, I'm going to live my life for Christ. I'm going to do this thing which I won't mention a bit, which has kind of been a real passion thing for me, a thing called Pray, Play, Say over the years, and then coming over to Australia and really making that connection between my sport and my faith. So I love my hockey club. Been at my hockey club for 4 or 5 years now. I love the guys, and then just similar to Gav there and his story, I just want to be there and pray for them. And when the opportunity comes, which is to say something to Christ. So that's kind of a bit of my story. Touch base.
I think that's great. Laurie, I'll hand it over to you now to just explore ready, set, go.
Yeah.
Off you go.
Sure, go for it. So you've seen the video already, and you've picked up a real heart of what's going on tonight. People, if you look around the room, so many different faces, and it's really encouraging to see that. I'm sure so many different sports as well. Divided by the Swan River at the moment, but still, it's okay. And Ready, Set, Go, you might have picked up, there's actually something that's happening around the globe at the moment. There's a national, international, global sports ministry movement. It's just a network, just a group of people. There's no office, no kind of head honcho. It's just a group of people over the globe. A conference recently in November in Orlando was called Ready, Set, Go, releasing these resources to inspire us as Christians around the globe to stand for Christ. There's a few people around. Lynn and Peter are actually sporting a Ready, Set, Go t-shirt. So there's 5 people from Perth who went across to go and see that. And now these Ready nights like we're doing now tonight are happening around the globe, really trying to inspire us and to make that connection about Christ fundamentally, but also our love of sport. So tonight is a Ready night. And it's really this time to gather together, almost like a coach at the start of the season. For many of those who are playing winter sports, this is a time to get your head up and look around the room to start with, just be encouraged. There are Christians across this city who love Christ, love sport, and are doing that very thing. You might be the only Christian in your club. I'm sure we've got plenty of common stories and struggles and triumphs that you can share in that environment. So our prayer tonight is that God would move us to be, if we've not done it before, to step out and say, look, yeah, I'm going to represent Christ where He's put me. And praying here that God will move us together in doing that. So yeah, just initially what is ready is getting your heads up. Getting your heads up, hearing stories like we've done tonight, and being inspired about what God is doing. It's fundamentally, as we started the night, it's incredible news that we share, that Christ has died for us. He's died in our place. He's taken the wrath of God onto Him that we might have this eternal life, this freedom that we spoke of at the start. The gospel that changed Gav's life, the gospel that came to stories around here that's changed your life, and it's fundamentally about that. What's Ready about? It's about a call to see that and grab hold of that, and to make disciples. Christ calls us as need to go to all nations, and often nations might use the word tribe, and we were in that tribe of sport, that nation of sport. Particularly, actually, even more specifically, as you look around the room, your tribe, your particular sport. There's so many subcultures within your sport, and those are your people, and you get them. I get the guys down at my hobby club. It's a unique culture. We've got our own little in-jokes. I can share one now, but I'm like, yeah, so we understand our culture. We don't have to go anywhere. God's put you there. He's placed you there. He's given you the abilities to play. He's transformed you with the gospel. So really, where else is there to go? Where else is there to go? You're a Christian. You love sport. You're in your I said hockey, so I love sport. You're in a sports club. Where is there to go? So Ready is really that gathering we're doing tonight. Get your head up, being inspired. Set. So we'll move on to set. Is a bit of a step forward. So set is more about equipping yourself to be followers of Christ, to be disciple makers. I fundamentally start though with you're all a member of a different church, and if not, I really encouraging you to be stuck in the local church. That's a conversation to have, the tension between church and sport. But let me just affirm your pastors, your leaders in your churches who tirelessly work week in, week out, bringing the gospel to you, presenting Christ to you, and discipling you. And that is where fundamentally, don't we grow as Christians. So we love sport, we share all that commonality here tonight, but really, let's just, before we get too engrossed in Christians and sport, your church is where you need to be. So I just want to say that straight up. But I grabbed this resource here as well. So this is what's come out of this Ready, Set, Go global conference, and it's an amazing thing of partnership. I get the figures roughly right. There's a few have actually been Lynn and Peter. There's 120 nations, about 700 people. We do all know the numbers. Yeah, got the nod of approval. So yeah, 120 nations, 700 people, and loads of different organisations around the world sharing their experience in an open resource thing. So creating some incredible videos to inspire us and to get us together. So set is really about getting the heart of sports ministry right, and also learning some skills. One of those kind of skill sets or ideas of discipleship making is pray, play, stay, which I'll touch on in a bit later. But yeah, some of the heart values of set, I'm just going to take you through them. I won't expand them. If you do, by the way, if you do want to go on to, it's on the top of some of these slides, Ready, Set, Go.ec. All these resources, all this information, this book actually is available in there so you can work through it. So the heart of the movement is about what we do, where we do it, and how we do it. So I'm just going to go through that. Just as a teaser, you can open the book up and go through it. So we make disciples, we proclaim the gospel, we obey the Bible. It's what we do. Where we do it, in and through church, in sport and play, every city, every community. We work as teams, we live as servants, and we partner. So that's set, looking at heart values and some skills as well. So we move on. So what we do, where we do it, and how we do it. The final one is go. I guess often as sports people we get a little bit of knowledge and we just want to run with it and go with it. Get a little bit of passion and off you go. I don't know if you think about maybe watching some kids play soccer, you know, it's a bit like a swarm of bees. There's plenty of passion there, but you're just all going around. So we've heard the passionate stuff about getting ready and getting set, and then it's about go. And there's a number of strategies, if you like, in this book as well. And Lynn's already touched on a few, but a few local ones. Sports Plus, there's SU Soccer Counts, there's Sports Championship Australia, which hasn't been mentioned yet tonight. Shout out if I missed something. There's the Leisure Centre model, Sports Stadium model, so Warwick Leisure Centre, Warwick Stadium now. Baptist Basketball, there's a camp idea as well in terms of Sports Fest, State Youth Games, that's another model. So yeah, there's all these different strategies which have come out of this as well, so you can learn from experienced people around the world who've done the same thing and come together with this resource that can come and say, well, okay, what am I going to do? So that's Ready, Set, Go. We're going to have a bit of time now, that's why you're on your tables to, it's okay talking about Ready, Set, Go, but let's actually hone into what's going on around you. That's why we've done North-South, and we've got some questions to go through on your table. Okay, so it's a bit of a looking and listening exercise. So we go to our little grid. So it's good to firstly, just a touch before I go on, just mentioning I've been in Australia for 10 years, and first coming out, I still think I'm learning the culture a bit. And obviously my accent's still not completely changed, so I'm still working on that one. But it does take a long time in many ways. Yeah, you are a Christian in your sports club and you understand it. But just taking that time to stop, like I said, not being like a swarm of bees running off around the footy pitch, but just taking the time to stop and actually think, now hang on, who is around me? That's why we put you in your areas, roughly. Who is around me and what's going on? So we'll go into the grid. So the first thing we're going to do in grid number 1, we're going to look at people and believers. So what sports people are inside church, so maybe your church particularly, and who has a passion for active mission. And we'll go on to number 2 after about 3 minutes, so 3-4 minutes. I'll give you a call. It says, well, what's actually happening in the believers you know around you? Some questions there. What do a group of believers in your area do and think about sharing the gospel, making disciples, working together as partners? And what strategies are we currently using to get the gospel out there at the moment? And then we're going to start looking at people again and our sports communities around us. So what sports groups are in the community and who are in these teams and groups? And the last question is again, what's the context? So where do these sports people meet? What are the needs of these people? What community needs could sport and play address? Elite coaching, childcare, education, drug rehabilitation, etc. Okay, so we'll go to grid number 1. So you've got 3 minutes just on your table to discuss that. So go for it.